Hey guys, it's Daniel with Freedive Medicine today in Florida, and today we are going to be reviewing the Medic Recon Kit. So right here it's this pre-packaged first aid kit, response kit that comes from one of our sponsors. So let's go take a look and see what's inside. One thing I want to mention right off the bat, and this kind of speaks to the company that they are, is a lot of problems when I look at bags or I look at things to store items in. You see here on the zippers, they put this heat shrink tubing around the zippers, and that's basically just to prevent fraying and prevent damage to the zipper pulls and whatnot. And to me, if a company is willing to pay attention and have attention to detail to little things like that, then they have attention to detail to the products and the quality of the products that they put inside of their kits. The back of this bag is very nice. Once again, this is the Recon Kit. It has padded shoulder straps for comfort. Also, the back piece that'll be physically touching you, it has these little pillows. They're almost like pillow-like padded areas for your back. So it's nice. I don't have to worry about wearing this for a long time and it being uncomfortable. So very nice bag. There's 3 compartments. It looks like there's one on the top, a smaller one on the bottom, and then there's a zipper compartment, and it looks like it opens up and folds down, which is really nice for a medical kit. That way you don't have to go digging around looking for things. It kind of opens up like an accordion style. So we're going to go through the top pouch right here. And we're not going to talk about for what any of this stuff is. We're just going to briefly discuss what's in it in this particular model. So on the top part here, it looks like it's clearly a trauma pouch, and we have 3 pairs of gloves. We have Quick Clot, which is a hemostatic dressing, bleeding control dressing for severe trauma, arterial bleeding usually. It looks like they put a rapid tourniquet in here, which they did, and that's a rope style tourniquet with a metal fastener. We have some compression gauze. It's nice that they have these all vacuum sealed, so vacuum sealed, definitely know that they're sterile. And that's it for this compartment. My guess is the reason that they put this hemostatic stuff in here and the trauma control is just to make it quickly to access, which is nice. It's nice that they put enough thought into it that they could think about that stuff, which just goes to show you that the people that are working for this company know what they're doing. In the front pouch here, we're going to open it up. Looks like we have some gauze mods. So I see some 2x2s for bleeding control. I see some 2x2s, 4x4s, not inherent pads, which is good. You don't want to tear off a scab if you get any kind of clotting. Got 2-inch and 3-inch conforming gauze rolls. Those are in the top here. So again, it seems like the front of this bag is mostly concerned with bleeding control and trauma. We have some Band-Aids, or Super Skin is what their brand is. So more Super Skin bandages for bleeding control. Quite a few of them. I've got 3 pouches, 2 of the gauze mods, and then it looks like a mini compression bandage. So that's nice. So it looks like I said, they're trying to focus on trauma. And if you have a first aid kit or a trauma kit at home, you should focus your efforts on the most serious or life-threatening issue first. Should be on the outside of the bag, or if it's on the inside of the bag, the most easily accessible, which obviously, like I said, it's very clear that they know what they're doing, or they have people working for them that work in that industry, because you want to make sure that you can get to these things when it's in your time of need. So right here, there's kind of a zipper pouch on the front. So this fold down area from the front pouch, there's a zipper pouch. We have some standard trauma shears. That's perfect. You'll use those for everything. We have a little whistle here. We have tweezers. We have a thermometer, and we have a pen light. If you're not familiar with what you might need a whistle for in your first aid kit or the pen light, we'll go over that in another video. We've got some Z-zips, which is nice. These are basically almost similar to the way a steri suture or an elastic suture would work, except these ones have like a ratcheting type thing, like a zip tie. So I've seen these before. I've never actually used them, but these are very cool. I've seen them. They're pretty neat. We've got some Medi strips, which is basically what I just talked about. So it's basically an adhesive. They've got an adhesive or a liquid skin binding agent, and they have some adhesive strips. And that's to essentially, it's basically field suturing. So there's 2 packs of those. There's 2 packs of the Z-Zips, and then in each one of those, there's 2 of them. So pretty cool they've got that in there. Like I said, all focused on bleeding control, all focused on trauma. So we'll go ahead and put those back in here, and we'll go on to the main part of the bag. I also want to point out that the outside of the bag is a Molly style bag that has Velcro on it, so the hook and loop closure. So you can actually weave in additional pouches through here if you wanted to put something attached to it, or you could put different patches because of the Velcro style. So we're going to go ahead and open the bag. And just like I had mentioned to you, it opens just like I expected, an accordion style bag. I've seen these many times, but I really like the way that this opens up. This is a very purposeful and well thought out bag, and it's very specific on the way they put this together. There was definitely a lot of thought behind this. So we have some nasopharyngeal airways, all pre-packaged, very nice. We've got some hand wipes, or what they call their super hand wipes, which is their brand. Some more nasopharyngeal airways, just smaller ones. We have 2 chest seals. These are vented chest seals, very nice. And one of the things I want to talk about, I noticed that there's 2, 3, or 4 of everything in here, and that's kind of how you want to model your kits. So if you're not going to buy one from My Medic, or you're going to buy from a competitor, or you're going to make your own, that's fine. Just make sure you have redundancy. You don't ever want to have 1 of something, you don't ever want to have 2 of something, you want to have 3 or 4 of it. Because the reality of the situation is maybe you open something up and you mess it up, you screw up the adhesive, or you're trying to put something on, it doesn't go as planned, so you always want to have redundant backups. And there's more than enough redundant backups in this kit. Like I said, as you can see, at a minimum, you have 2 to 3 of everything that they put in this kit, so that's great. So we have some blister mod packs right here, that's for sport and outdoor. Great to have, especially if you spend a lot of time outdoors. 550 cord or 550 style paracord. This can be used for a multitude of things. We'll make some other videos where we talk about that, but you definitely want to have 550 cord in your medical kit. You can also use this for a tourniquet or a makeshift tourniquet if you have to, so some of that is in here. Looks like we have 2 barrier devices, so mouth to mask or mouth to mouth style barrier devices for CPR or breathing. We have a moldable splint. Many people are familiar with the brand Sam Splint. This is pretty much exactly the same. It's very similar. This is their own brand, but it's a moldable metal splint that you can mold onto somebody's arm or their leg. We have a space blanket or a Mylar style blanket. This is great for any kind of situation. You should have these in every single kit you have, no matter where the kit is. Automotive, marine, doesn't matter. And there's 3 of them in here. So you got 3 of those space blankets. You have a light stick right here. Always good to have some kind of illumination device in your first aid kit. We've got some topical wound super wash, 2 bottles of those, so that's great. You can clean out wounds. We've got some cold compresses, always great to have those. Right here we have some triangle bandages, we have a little mini splint, we've got some adherent wrap, and it looks like we have an Ace bandage style wrap, or their own brand, but it looks like an Ace style wrap. Burn shield, we've got some emergency burn dressing. Always important to have these. You want to have burn gel of some kind or some type of burn dressing. They've got 2 packs of these, but there's a ton in here, so this could be used for many people. On the bottom part here, go ahead and zoom in so you can come down here and see. Looks like we've got some medication packs. So we've got the clean and prep mod right here. There's sanitizer, hand antiseptic, another container of that. We have, it looks like we have, yep, so there's some friction frosting. That's for basically to prevent skin chafing. We have some sunscreen in here. Let's see here, open it up. Some antibiotic ointment, sting relief, hydrocortisone cream for itching, oral pain relief. So it looks like that's benzocaine. So this is pretty cool. They've got like these little miniature medical pouches or med pouches. Same one on this one. So like I said, redundancy is everything. And then here you've got your actual medication patches, or what they would call their medication mod. Everything at My Medic is done by modules. So they have little pre-made packs or modules. This has ibuprofen, acetaminophen, aspirin. It's got some diotame for diarrhea. You've got Dramamine for motion sickness, some diphencaplets, which is diphenhydramine, more anti-diarrheal, and then you've got cold and flu meds and fever reducer meds. This is really cool that they put this in here like this. So it's these pre-packaged little mods that already come put together, so that way you don't have to carry huge things of medication or bottles of medication. In here it looks like we have some electrolyte powder. We have some aqua tabs, so that is basically water retention. And then we've got 2 packets of oral glucose. Obviously, it goes without saying that glucose is good for everybody, especially if you're hanging around diabetics or people who are sensitive to hypoglycemia. We've got some tape right here on the bottom, and then this top part unzips, and it's got a nice little carrying strap, so you don't have to wear it as a backpack. You can actually just carry it as a regular bag, and that stores nicely down in here. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions about any of My Medic's products, go ahead and reach out to us. Like I said, we're going to be posting more videos about their products and how to use the things, but for that, have a good one.